Hi there, short on time? Then give this 15-minute stress buster a try. Please read through this brief disclosure and then meet me on the mat. We'll be beginning on all fours and going into child's pose. See you on the mat. Okay, so coming down and deciding if you want your knees together or apart, coming into whatever form of child's pose you prefer. Opening the back body, especially the lower back. You can always put something under your forehead or rest your forehead on your arms if it's more comfortable. And feel free to bend your toes back as opposed to be flat on the tops of your feet. Lots of options. Breathe and soften. Let go of stress. Allow the back body to melt and drape around to the floor. Now gently coming up onto all fours. Find your ground, tuck your toes, and we'll begin some cat-cow movements. So as you take your chest through, inhale. And then as you arch the back, exhaling. There's a tension between the hands pulling toward knees and the knees kind of pulling towards the hands. Or you could go in the reverse actually and push the hands away and the knees away from each other. So we just want to find a sweet tension spot. And then peel back into a crouching cat. So keeping the knees really bent. Find that height of the tailbone. And then if you can, open the legs back. You certainly don't have to straighten the legs, and the heels don't have to touch the ground. But just see if you can, again, use those tension lines of either hands and feet coming toward each other with tension or pushing away from each other. You may want to come up and down onto the balls of your feet, either together or one at a time. Breathe and take your time. Enjoy every movement. So we'll come back into all fours briefly as we come to stand on our knees with the feet flat. Rounding up as you come. Go ahead and take the arms up overhead. You can clasp them. Point your index fingers upward to help you elongate, and then we'll just sweep gently side to side. So it's really important here to feel grounded through your knees, and it can help to allow that pelvis or pubic bone rather to move forward into space and right under you. So staying long as you go side to side. You can hold or you can move more quickly if you prefer. And then let's open the arms, elbows coming toward each other behind you to feel an opening through the chest, shoulder blades together, and then we will round by interlacing the fingers forward. Then up overhead, and we'll repeat. So opening, shoulders coming together in the back, chest open, exhaling, rounding forward, and arms overhead. Good. Stay with your breath as you release. So now we'll bend one foot back, toes back, grab for that heel with the same arm. With the other arm, we're going to reach up to the ceiling with the elbows. You're going to get a really nice side body lengthening here. And you're welcome to turn your head in whatever position works for you, whether looking at the ground or more straight ahead or even up towards that arm. And if you can and it's comfortable, you can extend the upper arm all the way to the ceiling. I'm kind of preferring the length I'm getting from the bent elbow, so it's up to you. And then we'll go and switch to the other side. So toes bent back, reach for that heel with the fingertips. And then opposite arm, elbow to sky. Find whatever position you want for your head and take a moment of breath here. Reaching up to the sky if that's accessible, or keeping the arm bent. And then we'll gently transition, so bringing the elbow back down, releasing that foot, coming upright. Let's sit back on the heels, and we'll take a little stretch for the tops of the feet by leaning back. Release everything into the ground, just let it go. And if you would like to take a balance here, just bring your arms forward to your knees. Okay, we'll now step forward into a lunge with the left foot. So this is a low lunge, keeping that back knee on the ground and the foot flat, and taking your arms to your front thigh. Bring that back hip forward and bring that forward hip on the left side back. Breathe and release. We will transition to a runner's lunge just by taking the weight back and the forward leg straight. Doesn't have to be absolutely straight, so feel free to keep the knee bent. And then you can kind of play around with the foot and the weight on the heel to change the sensation of the stretch. If the floor feels really far away from you, you could always use 2 blocks on either side for your hands. And then release that. We'll come to the other side. So now taking your right leg forward. Once again, breathe and release as you pull that back hip forward. And drop it down towards the ground. There's a tension here too of bringing the legs both in again towards the center line, so you can play around with that. And then we'll come into that runner's stretch, so bringing the weight back, forward leg straight now. Try not to, I'm a little rounded here, but try to find length through your spine from the tailbone through the crown of your head over that front leg. Breathe and soften. So we'll transition now, bringing the weight all the way back to sit on our bottoms. Both legs straight out into staff pose with the feet flexed and the toes coming back towards the shins. Using the arms behind to support and lengthen through the back. And then let's point and flex the feet. As you point, really feel as if you're leading with the balls of the feet, and then as you flex, feel as though you're leading with the toes. And then you can open your feet out to make circles at the ankles and then go the other direction. Now we'll come on to our backs by rolling through the spine, chin tucked. And then relax with your arms open to a T, feeling the ground, bringing the legs a little closer or further apart. If you feel any strain in the groin area, then just walk your heels out to the edge of your mat and allow your knees to drop together so you can relax here. Feel how you're connected to the ground, how the ground rises up to meet you and support you. So dig your left foot into the ground to bring your right foot in towards your chest and then the left. You can hold on and gently rock right to left on your spine, or even make little circles, and then allow your knees to drop off to the right. And see that your knees are about the same height as your hips. And then, if you can, open your upper body away into the twist. So if that shoulder, that distant shoulder, can drop to the floor, all the better. If not, you may need to stuff a blanket or something under there so you can completely relax and feel supported. And then if you can and want to, you can take hold of the top leg by the toes and extend that foot out. Breathe, feel, enjoy, and release. Bringing the legs back to center. You might need to just adjust your hips slightly now to the right, taking the knees over to the left. Again, check that your knees are just about out from your hips or higher. And this side might be very different, so if you need to prop under the shoulder, feel free. It can also be helpful for those of you whose knees don't quite come to the ground to either put something under both legs or something between your upper and lower leg. Breathe and enjoy. And if you'd like to take that top leg, grab hold of the toes and extend the leg long out to the side. When you're ready, you can gently release that leg, bringing your knees back together. And then take your knees back up toward the ceiling. Take a moment there if you'd like to hug in or rock on your spine. And then bring your feet to the ground and extend your legs. We'll take a Shavasana here with one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, and breathe. Whatever stress you are experiencing, I hope you feel some relief. Really feel that ground beneath you, holding you as you rest here. I'm going to leave you in Shavasana. Feel free to take as much time as you need and desire here. May you be well. May you be at peace.